Hi, I'm sure this will never happen to you and all your video will look perfect, but on the off chance you get some funky looking video, I wanted to sort of walk you through some ways to fix it. So if we look at our first clip here, you see it's a little bit overexposed and it's a little bit blue. So we want to fix that. The first thing we do is we're going to go over here to our Effects tab, which we see here. Now, if for some reason you can't find the Effects tab, you've got too many tabs open, it's making you crazy, you can click this little double arrow here and this will take you to your Effects tab. And what we want to look for is our video effects and then color correction and lumetri color. And so we're going to drag the lumetri color over there. Now, okay, that didn't do anything. So how do I figure out what to do? I go up here, up top to this and see that there are effect controls here now. And so I can see that when I go to my lumetri color, I have a whole bunch of options, right? I have basic correction, creative, curves. Remember curves? Here's our friend curves. So let's say I just want to bring down the middle of that really bright stuff. I can do curves just like in Photoshop. Isn't that awesome? Okay, but I want to do some basic color correction. Sorry, there's a mosquito in here. So I'm going to click on my little basic correction. And again, like we had in Photoshop, here's a little eyedropper. So let's say I want to find a nice gray spot. So I'm going to guess that these are the sort of standard gray and click there. And that, wow, made a big change. So that actually looks pretty good. It sort of felt like it warmed it up too much when we first looked at it. But when we look at the colors, that's pretty true to the Aldi colors, and they look much more realistic. I'm going to, you'll see I can do an undo here. If I decide I don't want to do that, I can go back and look. I can then take my eyedropper and try, oops, let me get that right, and try a different spot. Come on, little eyedropper. What is it? It's not playing nice. There we go. Eyedropper. So, yeah, that corrected it back to about the same. So, there we go. Done. It's all better. Using curves and a little color correction. So here we have a shot. The color's not bad, but it's dark. So, again, we're going to go back to our friend. So, you'll see up here, suddenly, this hasn't changed, but Premiere still thinks we're on this clip because this is the one that's selected. So, we have to click over to here. And now we don't have those options because we haven't placed the lumetri color there. Now, as soon as we drag and drop the lumetri color onto there, we get all of the controls again for fixing it. So in this case, we're just going to go to our curves, bring up the middle, and we're pretty much done. So play that. It's pretty instant color correction, and we're set. So that was easy. So we'll go to our next clip here. Now this one, again, the color's a little bit funky, so we're going to take our lumetri color and drag it over here and drop it. We're going to, again, go to our eyedropper, and we're going to see, what's gray? We're going to try the wastebaskets here. And there we go. We can try other places in the image if we want. We can try the lighter part of the black sign. And it's looking pretty good, actually. So there we go. That was easy. We're going to go to our next one here. This is really dark. So we may or may not be able to fix it. Now here's a little trick. So this is the same scene as back here. And we know we've already lightened that. So one of the things you can do is you can actually right-click on here and do a copy. We can go to this one and we can do paste attributes. So we don't want to paste because that would paste the whole clip. But if we paste attributes, it will take the changes that we made from the last clip and paste it into here. So it's going to ask us, oh, what do you want to do? No, we don't want to change the volume. we want to use the Lumetri color. So we're going to paste this effect, and then we're going to see, and that did make it lighter. So if you have a whole lot of clips that you've got the same problem on, you can just paste the attributes from that, and you'll see now if I look up at this here, it's showing me that it has indeed adjusted the curve. Now the question is whether that's enough. Pretty dark. This shot is pretty dark. It was getting darker. So we can try and raise this some more. See how far we can take it without having going crazy. So anytime you lighten up dark stuff, you'll see this kind of fuzzy color, weird color noise is what it is. And there's nothing you can do about that, really. You can drop the saturation of your color, but then the whole image becomes desaturated too. So, but it is now went from being not usable to being usable. So that's all there is to it. Just using the Lumetri color effect. So go to your effects tab, find the video effects, color correction, the Lumetri color, and that will let you use both curves and the eyedropper. There are far more things in here. You can really play with the temperature and the tint, the exposure, your shadows. So on this one, if I wanted to, by clicking and dragging, I can raise up just the shadows, and maybe that will help me some more. But for the most part, your curves and your white balance will get you a long way to fixing most of the problems you have.